Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hello. How we doing? Thank you to Torian for kicking off the contributions. We are going to continue what we were talking about yesterday. I promised you 6 through 10. 10 life values, how to get yourself together. Since we are asking for solutions. Since we want solutions. I think it's a buzzword. I think it's a buzzword for some of us. Some of us like to just say, I want solutions. And I think we think solution means wave a magic wand so that I can wake up tomorrow morning and I just want my life to be what it is supposed to be, or what I wanted it to be, or what I think it should be, and things of that nature. And I think we get mad, we get upset, we automatically turn a blind eye when solution means work. When in order to get to a solution, that means that you will be given a set of tools so that you may do work, not somebody come along with all of the answers in a neat little box and you don't have to lift a finger and it will just, do I dream a genie and everybody's life supposed to be what they think it's supposed to be. That is not what solutions are, Black people. For everybody talking about solutions, that's not what solution means. Solution for too many mean come get me, come fix me, come save me from my own self, come save me from my own bad decisions, come make me, force me, twist my arm, make me do right. I'm going to fight you tooth and nail, but make me do right. I question if many of us even want to solve the problems. No work. Don't like no work. Oh, we don't give out solutions. You just don't like toolboxes. Wasn't expecting a toolbox. Solutions cannot be given, they must be worked for. And the reason why solutions cannot be given, they must be worked for, is so that you can value what came out of that work, so that you won't go back and screw it up. Because it would have taken too much sacrifice, blood, sweat, and tears to get to the solution to allow yourself or anybody else to come screw it up. Thank you again, Detorian said they want a stimulus or PPP-like solution. Exactly. It's just like money not solving the poverty problem. Case in point, people who win the lottery. They not poor because they don't have money. They poor because they don't have the energy, the spirit, or the mindset to not be poor. They poor because they live in a scarcity mindset. That's why they poor. So that when you give them money, when you give them millions of dollars at one time, the mindset is that of poverty. So the money doesn't matter. The money don't solve the money problem. It doesn't erase the bad scarcity mindset that you have. So you will spend that money and you will dispose of that money in ways that do not benefit you nor anyone else. So your mindset has to change. Nobody said that solutions were going to be easy. They simple, but they not easy. The 10 life values is simple, but it is not easy. Nobody said that. I didn't promise nobody that. Just because something is a simple concept to understand does not necessarily mean that the execution will be easy. So we're going to start in with 6 through 10 since we talking about solutions. Yesterday I did 1 through 5. If you want a recap of 1 through 5, you might want to go ahead and check out yesterday's live stream. But today we're going to focus on Black women and their mobility, their education, profession, leisure, and wealth. So let's take mobility. Mobility. This is something that a lot of women have an issue grasping. Mobility is everything that happens outside of the four walls and the confines of your home. It is where we begin the external values. Mobility is everything external. When we think about mobility, I want you to picture the physical manifestation of all 10 values, so that the spiritual values, physical manifestation would be a place of worship. The health value, physical manifestation would be a hospital or a clinic. The family value manifestation would be neighborhoods, homes, places where families congregate. Okay? The physical manifestation of appearance would be places like clothing stores, beauty salons, places to, you understand what I mean? Those would be the physical manifestations. Dwelling, physical manifestation, a home, places to stay, apartment buildings, etc., etc. The physical manifestation of education is like schools, universities, colleges. The physical manifestation of professions is anywhere where there is professional work, workplaces, places of employment, business places. The physical manifestation of leisure would be amusement parks or places where you go for leisure, nightclubs, so forth and so on. Physical manifestation of wealth would be banks, financial institutions, etc. Okay, so we understand. Are we understanding mobility? The concept of mobility. That is mobility. Mobility itself, physical manifestations would be governmental buildings, infrastructure buildings. You understand? Places what, the city hall, the Secretary of State. The Teamsters building. Do we understand? So each value has a physical manifestation. Now, mobility is also not only physical transportation, but a person's ability to move throughout the society either freely or in a restricted manner. Black women actually have decent mobility. Black women as a collective actually have pretty good mobility. You can move in the areas of academia. You can move into political positions. You move into HR positions at companies, being the hiring managers, being the managers, middle management, that type of thing. You can move into being superintendents and, chief of police. You could be mayors. You could be all of these different things. The problem with Black women is that you move into these places and you have not helped that, you have not used that mobility to the benefit of the Black community at all. Black people have not benefited from you being in key positions in society. There's no benefit to that. You become lawyers and judges. And then you would think that the presence of more Black people in the legal and penal system, being lawyers, being judges, this, that, and the third, would actually result in black men less incarceration for them, or at least more fairer sentences for them. No, it actually goes up with you. They actually have a tougher time with you behind the bench. They have a tougher time when you are the prosecuting lawyer. The Travis Rudolph case, anybody? She wasn't the defense for the black man. She was the prosecutor. You understand me? You move into political positions. You don't help black people when you there. You move into the mayoral seat. You don't help no black communities when you in them seats. When you are part of local government, aldermen and, anything that is similar to that in different cities. I know they call it different things in different states and cities. But part of the local government. You don't help black communities. You don't see what is best for black people and then try to use your position to do what is best for black people. You don't do that. You don't use your mobility to support the black community. But you want black men that's not in these positions to use these positions to do what's best for the black community. So when he gets into an office anywhere, everybody looking at him like, what is he doing for black people? Don't nobody look at, you don't want nobody to look at you to see what you're doing on a political level, on an environmental level, on an institutional level. Let's go to education. Education is number 7. This is where y'all really show y'all butt too. You enter into the brainwash academies. Let's talk about you going into academia. Let's talk about your education.
Since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing.
Let's talk about your education. You enter into the brainwashing academies. Thank you, Grateful One. Thank you so much for the contribution. I really appreciate you. And then you don't give no pushback for nothing, none of the programming that you learn. You come back to your communities with harmful ideologies, with destructive ideologies that you propagate to the rest of the community, namely your children. Before we get to that, regardless of your educational station, your boys continue to read below grade level collectively. Now, it ain't no way this supposed to be happening.
Since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing.
And y'all somewhere talking about how you a PhD and how you somewhere, you done graduated from this and that, and you got this kind of honors and that kind of honors, and your son is failing. He cannot read. He's functionally illiterate. Not the girls, specifically the boys. Why do you do that to your sons? Thank you, Fredericks at Lollipop Hula Hoop University graduates. Yeah, you're graduating. Even if they graduate with a functional degree, they are actually making sure that black boys are held back in your household. In your household. Well, I know you can read. So why your 13-year-old son is reading at a 4th or 5th grade level? What's going on there? I don't want to hear about you blaming the teacher because he was supposed to be to learn how to read way before now. And if y'all would rather sit around and laugh at him as he read, he's somewhere reading like this. You know how you got to put your finger under each word and he got to sound it out. And you will sit there and laugh at him and embarrass him about it. So now he don't want to do that in front of you and nobody else. When you were supposed to be the safe haven, he wasn't even supposed to get to that point with you. With you in his corner, so-called, he wasn't supposed to get to that point. But now he is, and you will sit there and laugh at him and giggle and TT and Kiki with other people about your own son. Boy, why you reading like that? Because you don't help him do no homework. Because you didn't catch 3, 4, 5 years ago that he wasn't reading properly. He was too old to be reading like that. Thank you, Damien. Say it's the hate they have for black men that then transfers to their sons. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've seen you all just look at a boy struggle. Your own boys. Instead of taking some type of listen, I didn't even allow the school to teach my little brother and sister how to read. I didn't even allow that because they didn't know how to read before they got over there. Okay? My little brother, whom I raised as a son, I taught him how to read. Okay? And as he got older, I would sit with him with homework. And if I even thought that it wasn't sounding like he was completely competent with the reading, we going over that. We going over that. Come on. Because no son of mine, as intelligent as I am, no son of mine will be somewhere embarrassed to read out loud. And he never really got to that point because I didn't allow it. We gonna do homework because I'm gonna catch it. Because I'm helping him with his schoolwork. So I'm gonna catch it. Because I want him to read that chapter out loud. Because we got to get understanding and answer these little 5 questions at the end of your social studies chapter now. So we not scared of big words. We not scared of words with 4, 5 syllables to them or none of that. We're going to be like a college professor. We're going to sound like a college professor after that. And you're going to understand exactly what you read. And you're not going to be stumbling. Well, this is the, we're not doing that. Thank you, Trey Black said spoken truth. Love the show. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gerald said PhD might as well stand for Pow High and Deep. He wasn't going to be sitting nowhere. We doing that spelling. Listen, we going to get them sheets of paper. You think I'm playing? Sheet of paper. Please tell me. I'm not playing. Listen, this is Gen X talking. I'm not playing with y'all. We would be at home. Tell me why. I tell a piece of paper. Do y'all remember the long piece of paper where we're going to put these spelling words? Thank you, Dale. We gonna get that long piece of paper. Okay? The long piece of paper. It wasn't small like there was the big wide rule. I hate the wide rule lines. And you got to sit there and spell. I want 10 words. We're gonna go through 15, 20 words. Going back to the brainwash institutions. That is how I'm gonna tell y'all going to these programming institutions called universities. This is how a couple of things happened to the black community, how y'all destroyed it. Black women helped destroy black community, not only through the actions that they do individually, but through academia, because academia is the seat of gynocentrism. Do you understand me? Academia is the seat of gynocentrism. That's why they learn all that foolishness, gender study class, all that foolishness. They learn all the foolishness in school. Specifically institutions of higher learning. And they come back to the black community with two things. They come back with feminism and they come back with that inclusivity rainbow talk. They come back with feminism and they come back with that rainbow talk. Even the rainbow crew tired of the rainbow talk. All over the internet now, I am seeing more and more people out of the LGBT community say, no, we done. We was done with Pride Month. We don't like that. That's doing too much. Thank you, Miss Almond. I'm so confused about these babies not knowing how to read before they go to school. My father taught me how to read and basic spelling at 3. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, sis. How you sending your baby to school? The first time he go to school, he know his colors. We reading. John has a red ball. Look at the red ball. John plays with the red ball. Thank you again, Frederick said that's that's why that black woman showed her backside at graduation. Thank you, Boxing Logic said preach line, that's academia like Dr. Angela Davis. Yeah, all that academia is the seat of gynocentrism. You get two things that y'all brings back to the community. You bring back that feminism to corrupt the young girls. And you bring back that rainbow to feminize young boys. Stop playing with me. We already understand the agenda. So you come back with destructive programming that you propagate. These concepts come directly from institutions ran on white supremacy. That you letting Zaddy educate you. Zaddy, that's why they so proud of the education. Because they know exactly where they just came from. Who just educated them. That's why a black man can't tell them nothing. Let's talk about it. Thank you, Death Before Dishonor says, see hyena run. That's why a black man can't tell them nothing. Because if he is not part of the gynocentric thinking, if he himself is not a maggle, if he himself is not a simp and a hyena and a son husband that's talking that same foolishness, he can't tell her nothing because his knowledge don't come from Zaddy. A black man's knowledge that actually have knowledge, his knowledge don't come from Zaddy. His knowledge be coming from his experience, how he has lived, how he watched other people live. He has educated himself with life. Not in an institution. He has not relied on that institution to tell him what to think and how to think. He utilized it to his benefit where he can get out of it, and he go ahead on about his life. So if it's vocational, if he going to get, something specific, that's why you don't see a whole lot of black men going into these colleges and getting these little stupid degrees and coming out, because they know it ain't no point. And I'm not going to sit there 4, 5, 6 years and be brainwashed by you. I'm going over here to these 2-3 year programs. We gonna get these trades. I'm gonna go over here if I need a degree in order to do something else or whatever. I'll go get that, and that's fine. But most successful black men did not go through the higher education gauntlet. They didn't go through that. Most successful black men that are making 6 figures and over did not do the college thing. They didn't do that. They just didn't do it. They found another way to do that. It's you black women that think that the way in which you supposed to operate is just exactly how Zaddy said you supposed to do it. That's how gullible y'all. He ain't rewarded you yet for any of it. But you keep on going down there, you're getting all kind of school debt. You teach other young black girls this foolishness when you know your outcome is bad. You know your outcome bad, and you will perpetuate this stuff to a young black woman as sure as you standing there. And you will sell her that same dream that has become a nightmare to you, and then you sit back and watch her go through it. You sit back and watch her go through all of that foolishness in her life. You sit there and tell her to give her best years away to a university and a profession. We're going to go to profession. You tell her to give her best years to that and ignore men who would love her and who would take care of her and who would honor her and who would respect her. And you tell her to go run a body count up. Go, see what you like, go find yourself. Don't be trying to settle down. You too young for that. You just got to experience life first before you can know who you are and what you want out of the relationship. And then when you get out of college and get yourself settled in your career, then you can go ahead and see, you can get married, as if the men are just going to be sitting there waiting on you to get through after you done got through having all kind of trains ran on you since high school. You all on the internet sucking eggplants down like they going out of style, and now you want somebody to come put a ring on it. Now you 35 years old. With 3 kids from 3 baby daddies and
Since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing.
And you got your degree. And now you think somebody's supposed to come through and put a ring on it. Like you the best thing since life. And y'all don't want to date single mothers? Who told you to be a single mother? Who told you to do that? Who told you to do that? Your mammy? Huh? She didn't learn from having 3-4 of you out of wedlock. She didn't learn that lesson. She gave to you. Thank you, good sis. Danica said, Cook, just stopping through. Thank you, sweetheart. None of the black women around you learned that lesson. And you watching them with your fool self didn't see how that was not this. What are you doing? You getting got two. We done struggle. You didn't have the sense that man had, that black brother had on that reunion panel or whatever show that was. I don't know what show that was. The one where the old girl was trying to shame him for not wanting to date a single mother. Where you was raised by a single mother. Y'all the only idiots that don't see that as a problem. If your mama struggled with y'all and she was a single mother, instead of sitting there talking about, well, she was able to do it, you don't know what she was able to do. You don't know how many eggplants she had to sell herself to get you that fruit roll-up money. You don't know how many times she was on her knees in the hallway. Do you understand me? To get you that school trip money. You don't know what part of her soul she had to leave somewhere. And she almost couldn't look at herself in the morning, almost threw up because of what she was doing. Because she ain't got no system, order, instruction. She ain't got no man. So she doing whatever for money. She doing whatever to fulfill her brokenness. She doing whatever. That's the part you ain't see. But she was able to do it. She really, she was able to do it. Thank you, Nuruddin. Say, Kendra, you're right, because I have a commercial driver's license, also going for my electrical and HVAC. These are the 6-figure jobs that matter. Exactly. Thank you again, Dale. Love, see, girl, if you don't leave me alone. I don't know if that's Chicago or not. But these chicken heads a show call somebody and talk about, I'm in a bind. You in a bind. That's how the big start. I'm in a bind. Let's talk about your professions, black women. Most of y'all professions boil down to hoeing. Okay, let's just. Most of y'all professions is boiled down to hoeing. It boiled down to hoeing. That's what it boiled down to. Okay? Thank you, L. Jackson said, peace and blessings finally caught you loud. Thanks for speaking up for us brothers that want better and are doing better to get the outcomes we desire. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I really appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that, L. Jackson. Thank you, Jonathan. Said you are such a beautiful woman inside and out, and one of the few examples of what black men to start looking for in wives. NOI are the most classy women. Thank you so much. Danielle said, Kendra, how do you stay strong within a 10-year marriage as a lioness? Dedication and work. Put your head down and work. It is so much work. It is so much work because you get into a routine and get redundant over and over and over and over. And you have to remind yourself of duty. Duty. Duty, act doing your duty and your husband doing their duty to you actually it helps to keep the love and the affection alive in your relationship. But that's Patreon. Let's get on back to these professions. Most of y'all professions are about hoeing. Thank you, JJ. Nothing more than prostitution. From looking for sponsors. That's the other way they put it. A sponsor. I'm looking for a sponsor. You want to be a hoe. You just don't want to walk the stroll. You want a hoe, but you don't want to be out there, have to stand on the corner. You think standing on the corner is that's beneath you. You don't want everybody to know you're hoeing. All the way up to your OnlyFans and your IG pages. I'm a Instagram model. That's the biggest crock of crap that I have ever heard in my life. A model. Models ought to spit on y'all for even utilizing the word model. Because at least an actual model that model clothes and stuff like that, or maybe she be in Vogue magazines or modeling magazines or something like that. You know, they got a little work to do. They gotta go to the go-see. They gotta keep themselves together. It's work. A working model is working. At least her little photo shoot try to have some type of little class to it. That might not be your most favorite, profession or whatever. Maybe you respect it, maybe you don't. But I respect a working regular model. IG is not even model. You just a booty thought. You're just a booty thought. That's all that is. You just online with your booty. Baby, that don't take no skill. Sorry to break it to you, don't take no skill. At least a model gotta have the skill of a model, how to take a picture properly. At minimum, she gotta know how to take a picture properly. At minimum, she gotta know how to walk down a runway or something. Thank you, Bureau. I find, normal modeling to at least be an honest career. For those black women that don't have prostitution as a profession, you support it because you're silent about it. How many supporters do Sukihana have? Among black women. How do all of these other chicks get popular that don't do nothing? How many black women supported all of these chicks that came through IG and they don't do nothing but hoe and in reality TV? So how many black women like and support Jocelyn Hernandez when Stevie J got her directly out the strip club? How many black women support Lori Harvey? She ain't nothing but a thought. Socialite. That's a hoe with money. A socialite is a hoe that's hoeing for the thrill of hoeing, not because she need no money. Because that's what Kim Kardashian is. She a socialite. That's a hoe that already got money. Thank you, 39 Dina. Yeah, Lori Harvey is the blue eyes white dragon of thighs. Thank you, Gregory. Said terms of education, look at Malcolm X, read various tracts of different literature and his own experience to raise his mind. I learned from my father on how to put together an estate. Helps me now to leave things for family. Thank you so much. Profession is the other thing that you also use to place your to place above all of your internal values. Let's talk about that part. Black women utilize profession, the profession value. Number 8, to cover the insufficiencies of all of the internal values 1 through 5. Because when people ask you who you are, or they try to tell you that you're not what you think you are, you start bringing up professions, education and profession. Well, I went to school for such and such, and I got a degree in such and such, and I work at such and such place, and I make such and such money. This is what you use to cover up how insufficient you are in your spiritual, your health, your family, your appearance, and your dwelling values. It doesn't replace it. It don't. You utilize it to cover up your insecurities there. Thank you again, Dale. Because you have little to no spiritual value, because you don't pay attention to your health, because you aren't, you don't have functional, healthy relationships with your family, because your appearance value is bad, because there's no peace or good in your home, you go to work to put all of your value into. This is the whole reason why bringing to the table is a triggering question for y'all. Or when men say, don't talk to me about your job, or don't talk to me about your money. Talk to me about what kind of woman you are and if you are worthy of wifehood. This is when we talk about wifehood. Y'all don't want to talk about being wives. Y'all talk about being partners, and marriage is a business, and because your value as a human being is wrapped up in the perceived value of your education and your profession. We're going to talk about the reversals of these things. Let's go on to leisure. This consumes you 24/7. Thoughts of leisure, vacations, trips, clubbing, sex, drugs, drinking, whatever it is that is your vice of choice. You're consumed almost 100% with leisure, kicking it, chilling. And not only is leisure that, it is also your desire to always have a lack of structure and to have unlimited chaos without any consequences. I got so tired of them seafood boils. I hope y'all didn't think that was eating healthy, them seafood boils. Like, seafood in and of itself can be part of a healthy diet, but not when you eating all that Monsanto corn and them russet potatoes and everything else you eating with it. And I don't blame you for your seafood boil. Boiling is usually the easiest way to cook something. You don't got to have a whole lot of skill to boil something till it changed color. That was the extent of y'all cooking ability. Thank you, Boxing. Said you on fire, Lioness. Drop the mic. Thank you so much. Study buying them little crab legs and the cheapest shrimp you could get. And God forbid, dang on crawfish. All you did was sprinkle some Lorry seasoned salt on there. Seasoned salt so salty. And you put a gang of that down there. And you want to put some pepper on it. And then you sit there 900 pounds and then you want to do a mukbang. Please don't. I seen and see you can't even eat at people's house. See, don't get me started with food. You can't even eat. I don't even eat at nobody's house. I don't eat at nobody's house. Trust and believe. If I ain't been knowing you all my life, I'm not eating at your house. Cause I seen a funny little video. It was funny till it got to the end about somebody was trying to boil some seafood and it was a crab that had got away and he was holding on to that little raggedy cabinet in the kitchen and she was study trying to get him off that cabinet. Finally got him off the cabinet, and do you understand that they didn't even so much as rinse that crab off? They just put him in a pot with the other ones. He was just sitting on the floor. He had been sitting on the floor and the floor was dirty. I don't care if the floor was clean. Thank you, Theo. Thank you so much. I don't even eat at nobody's house. And you don't know what folks is doing in their house. If I ain't known you, if I don't know you and have known you and know how you run your house and stuff like that, I'm not eating nothing out your house. People living foul nowadays. You do anything to that food. Y'all brothers, stop eating at these women houses that y'all don't really know. Y'all don't really know her. I know y'all want a woman to know how to cook for you, but I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it unless you know her and know how she keep her things and keep, you know, don't eat nothing out her house. She cook for you another time. Don't just be, like I said, I know you want to know if a woman can cook and stuff like that, but don't be in a rush to eat nothing up out their house. Because if it ain't the spells and the witchcraft, it's just the nastiness. It's just the unsanitary way that they cooking. Because if they'll put it on camera on the internet. Anyway, last but not least is your wealth. Thank you, Miss Almond. Say if you come to my house for dinner, you will watch me cook, and I want the same at your house. Listen, I'm standing in the kitchen. We just making conversation, but please believe I've been watching. Tell me about it, girl. We making conversation in the kitchen. I watched you not wash that chicken. I ain't eating it. Ooh. I seen you get them little pots out. You ain't rinse them or nothing. Just start frying something in there. Oh. Thank you, Wiggy Wheels. Everybody think seafood pasta is real cooking. Yeah, I don't mind you watch me cook. You stand in the kitchen all day. Cause I ain't nasty. You know what? I'm done if we starting in a nasty kitchen. Because any real cook and a clean person, you can't start cooking in no nasty kitchen. With dishes all in the sink, stuff all everywhere, stuff on the countertop. I can't cook. I can't even start cooking. We can't even start. We can't prep the food. We can't do none of that in a nasty kitchen. I can't even prep. If the kitchen need cleaning before I start, that's what we got to do. And you clean as you go. You clean as you go. If you cooking a big dinner and it's a lot of dishes, a lot of pots and stuff like that, you clean that as you go. You're not piling up all them dishes. Thank you, Ziad. Last but not least, wealth. Something that y'all pine for, but you don't understand how it is acquired, and something that you will never have because you don't understand wealth. You don't understand that everything you do as a hyena is counterintuitive to where real wealth is. I'm going to repeat that. Wealth is something that you consume yourself with, but you don't understand how it is acquired. And you'll never have it because you don't understand how it is acquired. Because everything that Black women collectively do is counterintuitive to the acquisition and maintenance and retaining of wealth. Because the first thing that you do in order to acquire and retain wealth is build the family. After you build the family, you build the community. After you build the community, you are able to generate wealth and keep it for generations. There is no such thing as generational wealth without family and community upon which it is built. This is why other ethnicities have or can attain generational wealth and Black people cannot, because we don't have any integrity of the family. There's no structural integrity for our families. And one of the reasons that there is no structural integrity to families is because Black women no longer value family, and they do not value their rightful God-given position in a family. They're trying to make another position for themselves in the family, which unfortunately occupies the masculine position. But we don't need that. Families are built upon the masculine and the feminine. And if you don't want to be feminine, there's no reason to build a family with you. This is the part that you don't get. So when we talk about solutions, we are talking about going through each one of these categories and checking where you are in your life according to each. Solutions is right here. We're done with why you're masculine. We're trying to figure out why you stay masculine. If Black women know so much,
Since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing,
then you should understand how detrimental your role has been playing by Zaddy's rule book and white supremacy's rule book. being recalcitrant and obstinate for no reason, not wanting no correction, having good men around you that you completely ignore because you want to maintain control. And it's going to be the death of you. Because black men have decided it's going to move on. Thank you, Steve. Thank you so much, sweetheart. The bottom line is black women are hard-headed and they don't like femininity. They'll come around and they'll swear up and down, we want to rest in our femininity, we want to be feminine. And then when you talk about what's feminine, what is actually feminine, they turn their nose up. Ugh. They even got a word for feminine women. They call them pick-me's. They got another word for feminine women, mammies. They got another little phrase for feminine women, black male identified. They got several derogatory, pejorative terms for any feminine black women. So you want to be masculine because you hate femininity. Fine. I just don't want to hear no belly aching about it. Because the solution is right there. 2 shows. Solutions. Back to back. Go get part 1. Come back and watch part 2. Thank you, Gemini. Say, hey there, old friend. Hey, Gemini 605. How you doing, sweetheart? Because when men come into your life with leadership, system, order, and structure, with setting the ground rules for how things are going to work, you feel offended. You feel offended because he didn't ask your permission to be a leader and do things in a way in which you approve him to do. You're offended when men tell you they're not going to tolerate certain things or they expect certain things from you. Because you don't think you're supposed to have no expectations or standards imposed upon you. So don't nobody care why you masculine. We only care that you don't want to stop being masculine. We get it. But I just don't want to hear no belly aching about how hard it is to be a man in a world where you're not a man. Thank you again, Damien. So this is how you start the weekend, with a good cooking. Nobody told you to have all them kids with no commitment. Nobody told you to do that. You did that on your own. Nobody told you to do that. That was 100% preventable. Even if you was messing around with different men, you didn't have to drop a baby for them. You didn't have to do that. That you didn't have to do. So if your life hard because you got 2, 3, 4, 5 kids, that's your problem. Shouldn't have made your life hard. That's the ultimate stupidity of the collective of black women. You really can be on easy street. Life don't even gotta be extra hard for you. Feminine women have an easier time of it. It's more work, but it's easier to do. Because guess what? I don't have to do as a feminine woman. You want to know what I don't got to do? As a feminine woman, do you want to know what I don't have to do? Because I have a husband and I'm actually submissive to him. The way a feminine woman's supposed to be, what a lioness is supposed to be. You want to know what I don't have to do? I don't have to do everything. That's what I don't got to do. Everything. I don't got to do everything. He came into my life and took a loads off my shoulders so I can do some things. What's on my plate is manageable. All he want me to do is do the stuff I was doing anyway, and he cover me. So that means when he come to provide, it's not only a financial provision, but it is the provision of his masculinity. He come to problem solve for me, so I have to do all of that. I have a problem, all I gotta do is call my husband and say, baby, this is what's going on. Let his brain do the work. Duh. That's what he want to do anyway. He want to do it. So who am I to stop him? Who am I to stop him from doing the work he was built to do? I don't want to do it. And he know I don't want to do it. So when problems come up, all I do is get on the phone and call my husband. Assalamu alaikum, baby. Okay, this is what's going on. I ain't got to protect myself. Ain't that something? I really don't have to do it. When I'm around him, he got it. When I'm not around him, he got the structure in place that helps me be protected. I'm good. I'm fine. Procreation. I get all the love and affection and attention that I could ever ask for. Y'all the one having it hard and trying to be strong and independent. I told my husband my wrist is broke. I straight told him that my wrist broke. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do that. So play with it if y'all want to. Listen, I don't know how to do all that. You wanna? I don't want to do that. I don't know how. I did not walk into his life talking about, you know what I'm saying, I'm Hercules. No, I'm not. No, I am not. I got it, baby. No, I do not. He Hercules. Y'all coming in trying to be She-Ra. No. He-Man. I have the power. Let him have the power. Thank you, Jason. So I understand today's focus and solutions. I'm sure it will address that hyena who summoned her 14-year-old son to delete a man over a verbal dispute. This truly saddened me. I have not heard about that. It's so many of them stories. It's so many of them. He is Hercules. He is He-Man. And I'm gonna cheer him on. I'm his number one fan. I'm his number one fan. Support system out of this world. But I am not trying to jump in front. You understand me? That's what y'all supposed to be. Feminine women supposed to have it easier in life. Y'all making it hard. Why? It's hard being by yourself. Y'all don't know that yet? Hey, do everything by yourself? I had got tired. That 5 years, the 5-year span between the death of my first husband and my marriage to my second husband taught me a lot. Okay, it taught me a lot. And the one lesson that it taught me was I do not want to be by myself. I don't know how y'all chicks been by y'allself since y'all was 16, 17. You never been married, never had no man to really cover you. I don't know how y'all did that. That almost ran me up the wall. I did everything by myself. So when problems come up with my car, I got to do it. So something go on, I got to figure it out. I was appalled. Soon as I was able to heal myself and get myself together, get my mind right, get my health right, get myself together so I could be prepared for another husband. Okay? For a husband. And Allah sent me one. He awesome too. It don't hurt that he built like He-Man and Hercules either. Hercules. It don't hurt that he built like that. Anyway, my man. So anyways, just wanted to give y'all this second set of solutions. Don't get me started on my man. Okay? Please don't. We're going to see if we got any cash apps. Okay. Philip, thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you for your cash app. Thank everybody for coming through. Thank you, RM. Say congrats us all. Thank you so much. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody with their generous contributions today. Thank you, Stat722. Said Dr. Umar King Kong Conscious is MAGA-minded. I'm done with that. Thank you so much, everybody. Go to crimsoncure.com. Get your copy of Reclaiming the Black Feminine, Lies of Feminism, and the Road to Recovery. It's on sale at crimsoncure.com. Also, if you want the digital copy, that's on sale at Amazon. The links are in the description box as well. Thank you for checking me out. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.